Ever wonder what the world looked like to someone living 2,000 years ago? Before Google Maps, before satellites, before even the age of exploration as we know it. Let's take a journey back in time to the turn of the first millennium and meet a man who tried to map the entire known world with just the power of his pen and an insatiable curiosity. His name was Strabo, and his masterpiece, the Geography, is one of the most incredible documents to survive from the ancient world. Born around 64 BC in Amasea, a city in modern-day Turkey, Strabo was a Greek scholar living under the newly established Roman Empire. He was a traveler, a historian, and a philosopher. But his true legacy is his Geography, a monumental work of 17 books. This wasn't just a collection of maps. In fact, very few maps from that era survive. Instead, Strabo's work is a descriptive encyclopedia of the world as he knew it. It's a travel guide, a history lesson, and a cultural study all rolled into one. He aimed to create a practical guide for Roman administrators and statesmen, a how-to manual for governing a vast and diverse empire. So, what did Strabo's world look like? He described Europe, Asia Minor, the Middle East, and North Africa. He painted vivid pictures of cities, rivers, and mountains. He talked about the people, their customs, their economies, and their histories. For example, he tells us about the Celts in Gaul, describing their political structures. He details the wonders of Egypt, from the flooding of the Nile to the magnificent city of Alexandria, a hub of learning and trade. He even discusses the distant lands of India, relying on accounts from Alexander the Great's campaigns and later merchants. Of course, Strabo didn't get everything right. His knowledge of regions far from the Mediterranean, like Britain or Northern Europe, was hazy at best, filled with a mix of fact and myth. He believed the Caspian Sea was an inlet of a great northern ocean, and repeated tales of fantastical peoples in far-off lands. But that's what makes his work so fascinating. It's a snapshot of knowledge at a specific point in history, complete with its limitations and biases. He was a product of his time, viewing the world through a Greco-Roman lens, often judging other cultures by his own standards. What's truly remarkable is how Strabo gathered his information. He traveled extensively himself, visiting Egypt, Rome, and many parts of his native Anatolia. But for the vast majority of his work, he was a master researcher. He devoured the works of earlier writers like Homer, Herodotus, and Eratosthenes, a geographer who had famously calculated the circumference of the earth with stunning accuracy. Strabo critically analyzed his sources, often pointing out their errors and inconsistencies. He was a detective of ancient knowledge, piecing together a puzzle of the world from scattered texts and travelers' tales. In the end, Strabo's Geography is more than just an old book about places. It's a testament to the human desire to understand our world. It shows us that for thousands of years, people have been driven to explore, to document, and to make sense of the vast and varied planet we call home. While our tools have changed dramatically, from papyrus scrolls to GPS satellites, that fundamental curiosity remains the same. Strabo's work is the only surviving comprehensive geography from the ancient world. an invaluable window into the minds and maps of our ancestors. Thanks for joining me on this journey back in time. If you enjoyed this glimpse into ancient geography, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more stories from history. See you next time.